staged at a local university campus. Concord University in Mercer County played host for a re-entry simulation event. It showcases the challenges faced by convicts after incarceration. As R. Robert Castillo explains, the goal is to raise awareness about the struggles on the path from jail to productive members of society.
Students, faculty, and community members at Concord University received a glimpse of what it's like to go from being locked up to being released back into society. Participants were timed as they were tasked with completing required weekly activities, such as getting a job, finding housing, and dealing with supervision restrictions.
There's any number of tasks that they have to do in that 15 minutes to get a real sense of the immediacy, the difficulty, the tough life that happens once you are released as a felon.
What are you looking for? Where do I get my drugs?
The facilitator for this event says having events like this one shows participants how to become more empathetic to people in these situations and become more informed citizens.
In the state of West Virginia, there's 808 collateral consequences to having a criminal record. And so we just kind of help people, whether they're students or members of the community or faculty here at Concord, help them understand what those barriers are and how difficult it is for people to navigate them.
Sharp says a lot of people end up going in a revolving door of recidivism, going in and out of prison due to the difficulties they face once released. She says helping people understand is the focus here, because having more people in jail is everyone's problem, considering tax dollars pay for prisons and the care of inmates behind bars. The taxpayer funding of prisons runs millions and millions of dollars. Here for you in Athens, I'm Robert Castillo, WVVA News.
All right, thank you for that report, Robert. Organizers say Concord has held that reentry simulation event before, and they hope to host another one in the future. Now we're going to stay with some higher education.